Good morning, good morning. Good morning on this Willing Wednesday. It is me, Coach K. It is me, Coach K, on this Willing Wednesday. And on today, just to give you a little motivational words on today, I would like to ask, will you trust him? Will you trust him? Normally as I'm driving, I pray that God will put something on my heart. And that question came to mind, will you trust him? And the reason why, I guess we're thinking with everything about the coronavirus and what's going around and the shutdowns and the closings and the way that it is affecting everybody, I would just like to ask, will you trust him? Will you trust him? Will you trust him in the midst of things? Will you trust him in the process that everything will, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. I always either have 3 statements, 3 phrases, or 3 words. And today, my 3 words are restore, replenish, and establish. Will you trust him? Will you trust him enough to realize that he's going to restore what's been put on hold? He's going to restore what's been put on hold. A lot of people, businesses have been, small businesses and stuff has been shut down through this coronavirus. Will you trust him that when it opened back up, he's going to restore more than enough? More than enough. That you're not going to have to worry about how the shutdown affected you. Replenish. Replenish. A lot of us are in the houses and we're closed in and we're around people more often that, we normally aren't, or we've tried to avoid. But will you trust God that in the midst of the shutdown and the coronavirus and being home and having nothing to do and being off work, that God is going to replenish some relationships through this, because we're around people that we normally are probably trying to avoid or distance ourselves from. So even in the midst of this, God is going to replenish. And then lastly, reestablish. God is going to reestablish our strength. A lot of us sit in heavy fear. A lot of us sit in heavy doubt. But God is going to reestablish. He is going to reestablish things, circumstances, situations. And that fear and that doubt is going to lessen. So on this Willing Wednesday, again, I ask you, will you trust him? Will you trust him? Will you trust him in the midst of everything that's going on today? A day that we thought, a time that we thought that we would never see. Will you trust him in the midst of it? Will you trust him to restore? Will you trust him to restore what's been put on hold? Will you trust him to replenish? Will you trust him to replenish the relationships, the circumstances, the problems? And then lastly, will you believe that he is going to reestablish? He is going to reestablish your strength. He is going to just allow your mindset to just get into that zone where fear and doubt is going to lessen. So on this Willing Wednesday, those are my motivational words this morning. With that question I end again, will you trust him? Trust God even in the midst of this, even in the midst of that. Never doubting him, but knowing that through him all things are possible. Thank you for joining in with me this morning, this Willing Wednesday. Thank you for joining in with me. I truly appreciate it. I would just like to say, and I like to say it often, I thank for the people that look forward to. I thank the people that look forward to, these morning words of inspiration. Believe me, I used to say it was a struggle, but it is not a struggle. It is a sacrifice. Yes, I have to get up early with me and my son and be in the parking lot at a certain time. But guess what? It is no longer a struggle. It is a sacrifice. And through every sacrifice, God blesses me because I want to bless someone else. So on this morning, I say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your encouraging words, because believe me, there are some days I get on this live and I may not feel my best. I may be a little, I may be, I'm not going to say struggling, but I may not be 100%. But it is in my heart to do the best that I can to deliver some inspirational words to somebody or someone. And it's a passion. It's a part of my purpose, and that's why I do it. So I pray that you all are being blessed. I pray that I am helping someone on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. So share it with a friend, tell a friend, invite a friend to join me Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Motivational Mondays, Willing Wednesdays, and Favorable Fridays. Invite someone to join. Invite someone to check out Coach K and see what she's all about. So again, today I say thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for chiming in on this Willing Wednesday. Be safe. Enjoy. Love you. And I will see you again on Favorable Friday. Bye-bye.